Math isn't difficult. Math is fun. I am Neelakanta Banu Prakash and I am the fastest human calculator in the world. And we are exploring infinities. Exploring infinities is here in front of you to give you a mathematics learning experience like never before. With expert trainers from around the country, we are here to make you learn math the right way.
Well, hello everyone. I am Anvi from Exploring Infinities and I am here to make maths easy and more fun for you. So today we are going to continue our chapter Similar Triangles, and this is actually the last video of the lecture series. Now today we are going to discuss about one of the most important things that we have been learning about since we were small kids. It is the Pythagoras theorem. Now before moving further on to the actual video for today, I'm going to give you a recap of what we have done throughout. So we have discussed a lot about similar triangles, and which includes the basic proportionality theorem, the conditions for proving similarity between triangles, and then we discussed about the criterias of similar triangles, and then we discussed in the last lecture about the areas of similar triangle. Now we are going to move on further to the last topic, which is the Pythagoras theorem. So in this video we are going to discuss about three theorems that you have in your textbook. The Pythagoras theorem, as you know, the converse of it, and the first theorem that we are going to talk about is actually the theorem 8.7 of your textbook, which states about a few things that would set up a base for proving the Pythagoras theorem. Now before getting into anything, I would like to give you a recap of what Pythagoras theorem is for all those who don't remember it. So if we have a right angled triangle, say triangle ABC, okay, ABC, where angle B is the right angle, and so you might know AC would be the hypotenuse. Now the Pythagoras theorem states that the square of hypotenuse is nothing but the sum of the squares of the other two sides. So you might remember it this way: AC square equals to AB square plus BC square. So this is what we have been learning since a long time now. So it's the right time that we prove how we have come up with this using our concepts of similar triangles. So now before that, we will get started with the theorem 8.7 of your textbook. What that theorem states is that if you have a right angled triangle, so excuse my drawing, but if you have a right angled triangle, right angled at B, and you draw a perpendicular to the hypotenuse, which is this, so we can call this BD. Now what the theorem states is that when you have a right angled triangle and you draw perpendicular to the hypotenuse, then the triangles formed would be similar to the bigger triangle and to themselves. So what it is trying to say is that is what we are going to prove, which is, so here we have the bigger triangle, which is triangle ABC, and the smaller triangles, triangle ADB and triangle BDC. So what we have to prove is triangle ABC is similar to ADB, and triangle ABC is similar to triangle BDC, and triangle ADB is similar to triangle BDC. So if we prove the first two things, then the third one is the byproduct itself. So let us get into the proving. So firstly we'll prove the first point. So in triangle ADB and triangle ABC, so we are talking about triangle ADB and triangle ABC. So first things first, what do we have in common? We have angle A in common. So in the last to last lecture or last to last video, we discussed about the similarity criterion, so we might use them only. So you have angle A in common, so you can take it as angle A equals to angle A, which is the common angle. Then what do you have? You have two right angles in this these two triangles. So what are those right angles? So in triangle ADB, angle ADB is the right angle. Angle ADB is the right angle. Why we are given this thing that it is perpendicular to the hypotenuse. So obviously it would be 90 degree, and angle ABC is also 90 degree. Both the things are already given to us. So which criterion would you prove here? The angle criterion. So we will write by the angle criterion, these two triangles, triangle ADB and triangle ABC, are similar. So we will mark this as 1. Another. Now we have proved the first point. Now moving on to the second point. So we have triangle BDC and triangle ABC. So in triangle BDC and triangle ABC, we have, firstly, what do we have in common? We'll take that out. So here we have angle C in common. So angle C equals to angle C, which is common. Then you have two right angles in both, one right angle in each of the triangles. So here what are the right angles? So angle BDC is a right angle is equal to what? Angle ABC equals to 90 degree each. So again, by the angle criterion, triangle BDC is similar to triangle ABC. So we can mark this as 2. We have proved the second point also. Now if triangle ADB is also similar to triangle ABC, and if triangle BDC is also similar to triangle ABC, then we can obviously prove that triangle ADB is similar to triangle BDC. So we have proved this much. I know it doesn't make any sense right now. Why are we proving all the triangles similar to each other? Now we'll move on to the Pythagoras theorem, and there we'll actually realize how it is gonna help us. Moving on to the Pythagoras theorem. What does the Pythagoras theorem state? That if you have a right angled triangle, please excuse my drawing, I am not perfect at drawing. In a right angled triangle, if you are given a right angled triangle, then the square of the hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the squares of the other two sides. So what mathematically we have to prove is that AC square equals to AB square plus BC square. That is what we have to prove. We are given triangle ABC, wherein angle ABC or angle B is equal to 90 degree, and now we'll have to construct something. So construction would be nothing but a perpendicular to the hypotenuse, perpendicular to AC. Now let us move on to prove the Pythagoras theorem. So here you have what in the last theorem, in the theorem 8.7, you had proven that triangle ADB and triangle ABC are similar to each other. So in triangle ADB and triangle ABC, what do you have? AD divided by AB would be equal to what? AB divided by AC. Corresponding sides. Okay, so you have AD divided by AB would be equal to AB divided by AC. Ratio of corresponding sides is equal, as you know. So now let us do one thing. We'll just cross multiply this thing. So AD into AC equals to what? AB square. So we'll mark this as 1 and we'll write it here. So AD into AC equals to AB square. So this is our first observation. Now coming on to the second triangle, which is triangle BDC. In triangle BDC and triangle ABC, what all do you have? CD divided by BC. CD divided by BC is equal to BC divided by AC, the hypotenuse, because corresponding sides, again these two triangles are similar, so corresponding sides would be in the same ratio. Now again, when we cross multiply it, then we get AC into CD is BC square. So we'll mark this as 2 and we'll write it here. AC into CD equals to BC square. Now comes the magic. So you have those two observations. We'll add 1 and 2. So adding 1 and 2, what do you get? You get AD into AC plus AC into CD equals to AB square plus BC square. So you get this thing, AD into AC plus AC into CD equals to AB square plus BC square. Now we will solve this bit, the left hand side first. So you can take AC out, AC into AD plus CD equals to AB square plus BC square. So what is AD plus CD actually? If you see, AD plus CD is nothing but AC. So you have AC into AC equals to AB square plus BC square. So what it proves is as AC square is equal to nothing but AB square plus BC square. So with that, I'll write my favorite statement, which is hence proved. So that is how we have proved the Pythagoras theorem. Basically, the square of the hypotenuse is nothing but the sum of the square of the other two sides. So I hope this is very clear to you, and this might be very fascinating to you to solve something like this that you have been mugging up for these couple of years. So this is what the Pythagoras theorem is. Now moving on, we will actually prove the converse of this theorem. So what is the converse of this theorem? So the converse of this theorem is that you are given that AC square, it is given that AC square equals to AB square plus BC square. What do you have to prove is, we have to prove that angle B equals to 90 degree. So in the Pythagoras theorem, it was given that angle B is 90 degree and we had to prove the above. Now we are given this condition that AC square is equal to AB square plus BC square. Now you have to prove that angle B is equal to 90 degree. So how would we do that? So here we will make use of a lot of construction. We will construct a triangle PQR such that angle Q equals to 90 degree and AB equals to PQ and BC equals to QR. So here we have two triangles. I know they don't look the same, but we'll make do with whatever drawing skills that I have. So we have AB equals to PQ, or PQ is equal to AB, and QR is equal to BC. So we have constructed it in that way. Now, if we have this triangle PQR wherein we are given that angle Q is 90 degree, then what can we find? From the Pythagoras theorem, we can say that in triangle PQR, what is the hypotenuse? PR. So we can say PR square equals to PQ square plus QR square. It is the Pythagoras theorem that we just learned right now. Now, if we replace PQ and QR with AB and BC, then we can find that PR square equals to AB square plus BC square. But we are given that AC square equals to AB square plus BC square. So what can we find out with that? PR square equals to AC square. So if we cancel out the squares, we can prove that AC is equal to PR. Alright. Now we have with us a triangle wherein all the three sides are equal to each other. So what can we prove with that? By the SSS criteria, we can prove that in triangle ABC and triangle PQR, we know AB equals to PQ, which is we have constructed it in that way. We know BC equals to QR. These both are we can prove by the construction. And we just found out that AC is equal to PR from equations. Or you can prove that point as 1 and you can write it from 1. So by the SSS criterion, triangle ABC is congruent to triangle PQR. So when you know that two triangles are congruent, what it proves is that all the sides are equal, corresponding sides, and the corresponding angles are also equal. So that way we can say that angle A equals to angle P, angle B equals to angle Q, and angle C equals to angle R. If we go by that logic, then we have constructed angle Q. I'll write it here, but angle Q equals to 90 degree. Then we can say that angle B is also equal to 90 degree. Hence, this is a right angle. And I'll write my favorite statement, which is hence proved. So that is how we have proved the converse of this theorem as well. You would get a lot of application based questions, and we have proved 3 theorems, and with that we are done with this chapter. Please practice all the questions that you have in your textbook. That way you would actually be able to understand and solve maths in a better way. With that, thank you so much for watching.
To an end to today's lecture. Thanks a lot for watching this, and stay tuned for the upcoming ones. Don't forget to follow @fastesthumancalculator and @exp.infi on Instagram, and subscribe to our YouTube channel.